Hello, Virgin Community Chat Show. Welcome to the show. We are super happy to be here, and you may be wondering why Mr. Hooley is losing his proverbial shit next door right now. We have a good show coming up. We're going to introduce our being token sponsor. Can you hold it? Can you back it in? I mean, seriously. Okay. Oh, God. We have a great show coming up. A great show. And we're going to introduce we may as well just take it off. Oh, God. See you next week, guys. We've got a really good show coming up with great guests. So I'm going to kick it off and introduce our beer token sponsor, as always.
I can't look at you.
If you are please watching this, if you can please share it and comment. We are live. This is actually live. Please engage with us on the comments. Please share this tweet. Please share it on Facebook. Please share it on YouTube. Whatever you got to do to share it and get it around.
You wax your chest.
No, I don't wax my chest. There are some hairs in there. We're not all northern, mate.
That's commitment, mate. That's commitment for the show.
It's fucking hot in here, I can tell you that much. I've forgotten what I'm doing, Chris. You're ruining it here.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go. There's the bottom thing, at least.
God. You could have warned me about that, mate. Seriously.
Nope. It's all about reaction. All about that. So, beer token book promotion. Each week we start the show with this, and it's a fantastic thing to do. Not only does it support the show and make us grow and blossom, and at some point this will be us giving back in terms of writing competitions and clothing and giveaways, and you'll help towards that by doing this promotion. And this week's promotion is Julie Kesma at Julie Kesma. Stuck That Way and Other Quandaries is the name of her book, and the cover of that is there, and it looks fantastic. And it's a collection of short stories, and according to people, spine-tingling paranormal horror short stories. Julie Kesma shows the brilliant spectacle of her mind and great suspenseful thrillers with a little bit of horror. And those books are... They've had 12 ratings on Amazon, available ebook and Kindle, and they are 5 stars out of 5 across the board. It's fantastic reviews. So thank you for that sponsor. That means a lot to us, as I said. And let me just pop that up in the corner so Chris Dooley can focus slightly, perhaps. And her book will stay at the top there as a sponsor. And I will put the banner back up across the bottom, which will stay there so you can see her Twitter name and the name of her book. So please check it out. So, without further ado, Mr. Hooley, are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a guest that we've had on the show before, back when it was an audio podcast and things were still getting worked out and it was a bit of a nightmare. But we never had her on as it is now, and we're very privileged and happy to have her back here. And once, go on, I'll introduce her in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me please introduce to the show the fantastic author of Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life?
If she's wearing a costume, I'm going to
die. Kristen Bailey, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yay.
Oh, man. Mr. Hooley, I'm very disappointed. Where's
I did not know he was going to do that. That was completely off the cuff. Oh, God.
Is that your wife's coat?
No comment. This is it is what it is. It's my inner Harry. So yeah. I hope you yeah. So hello. Anyway, welcome to the show, Kristen.
Yeah.
And Kristen from Fleet.
From Fleet. We were just discussing Fleet, weren't we?
We were indeed.
Yeah, Fleet, which is it's a great place to live. Wait, what were you saying about Fleet? It has that dubious reputation of being the sex toy capital of the country. I don't know who they surveyed for this to get these facts. Just walked along the high street and asking people. But yeah, apparently most number of sex toys per capita in Fleet. That's all it's famous for. It's got lovely services on the M3. But yeah, hello from Fleet.
Wow. Hello the Fleet Massive. So, yeah. Chris, have you settled yourself yet?
No.
Yeah, every time I look at you, I can't focus. It's just, it's that shine on your chest. It's just completely thrown me off.
Well, do you know what? There is a little hair there, but it is what it is. So, Kristen, has anyone seen My Sex Life? Can I give my husband back? And yes, I'm trying to read these. Your fault for having massive titles. Did my love life shrink in the wash? Is coming out in January.
Yeah,
2 days before my birthday. I'll have you add. And these books have been a great success, including my wife, who absolutely love these books, and a lot of people, because the reviews have been fantastic. So, how is your expectations for this book that's out in January? How are your sort of feelings about it?
You know what? I'm just going to take it as it comes. I'm grateful to Bookouture for giving me the chance to kind of finish that series of books. And this book is it's actually the first book I ever wrote. And this is back 14 years ago. So those two characters, the first characters I ever wrote. And I always knew that Beth, who's the main character, had a lot of sisters who eventually became Meg and Emma and Grace and Lucy, so who've made appearances in the book so far. And look, he's taken off the jacket now. It's too warm.
It is warm.
Put your buttons up, mate.
Well, because who's getting embarrassed?
I've had some really lovely reviews, really personal sort of people message me as well via Instagram and Twitter to say how much they've liked the books. So I'll just go in with an open mind. Hopefully people read it. And it's just been a really nice journey so far. So just enjoying it for what it is. Yeah.
So Kristen, you say we've seen a different sister each time now. So is that what we're going to see in book 3 for people who've read the first 2 books? Are you looking at a different sister now?
Yeah. So if you read Emma's story, you'll know that she had a sister who just had a baby. And that's Beth, and this is all Beth's story. So basically, being the first character I ever wrote, Beth is basically me 14 years ago with a baby. This is the first thing I wanted to write about because I had some really good material as a first-time mum. I found parenthood the first time around hilarious, and that's basically the basis for this book. But it's evolved as well. So if I go back to that first manuscript I wrote, it's nothing like what it is now. And that's just because the issues have changed. I think there's a lot in the moment, in the media, social media about, people, people's sort of self-image and loving themselves and their bodies, and there's a strong message of that through this book, definitely.
So how did that work? If you've got book 3 coming out that you technically wrote first, but then you did release 2 books before that, how did that sort of process come about?
So I thought Beth's story was shelved. I thought it'd just never see the light of day. She was always there, her character was always there. And it was just that the other sister stories evolved first. And I played around with it a lot. I thought maybe I'll move Beth up the birth order and I'll get her book out first. But Emma's story then sort of built, and there's Beth, and then there's Grace, and there's Lucy. So I'm hoping to write them in order. But it's just nice that I've got the Callahan family. I've got that base. So it feels nice to revisit them each time round, and just sort of tell their stories. And I find I've got all these characters, and it's a lot easier to kind of bring their stories to life because I feel I know them really well. So
So I'm just I'm trying to share the tweet because I haven't done it yet. I was too busy laughing at Chris's reaction.
Well, I'll ask another question then, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So obviously your books are becoming a bit famous now for 3 things, really, I would say. One, you sort of change in the face of the original sort of rom-com and how people have perceived that. That's definitely what a lot of you reviews are saying, and definitely from what I've read, I can see that as well. So that's one thing. Also, your humor is massive in all of your reviews. People are seeming to really enjoy that humor, and also a little bit of the sex side on there as well. So apparently you've got a good reputation for writing a good sex scene. So my question, I suppose, is how have you adapted and changed the rom-com, and how do you write comedy and good sex scenes for a writer's perspective?
Okay, so with the rom-com, I think it's just my telling of a rom-com has just evolved with how I've grown up. Or so romance in my life is a bit low on the agenda, maybe. I think for any person who's been married for a really long time, not to diss my husband, he can be romantic when he wants to be, but I think relationships evolve, and it's been nice to kind of talk about that and people relating to that and see that sort of honesty. And I think I spoke about before, the quality of the intimacy you have in a relationship. It kind of just changes, like you're so familiar with someone, and there's a really strong friendship there, and it's nice to be able to talk about that as opposed to kind of meet cutes, where people meet and relationships grow and you see the beginnings of a relationship. Mine is like relationships 10-15 years on, so that's how I'm writing them at the moment. And then what we saying, humor,
comedy and sex.
The sex thing was sort of coincidental, I think, because I find sex quite funny. So when 50 Shades came out, I tried to write a 50 Shades and I couldn't, because everything I wrote ended up being funny. Because I'm like, but you wouldn't do that, really, you know.
It's not a remote or something, it's not realistic, is it?
No, it's just like this my poor husband. It's not like the sex I'm having is funny. It's just
well, you must have had a serious complex at some point, right? Because your second book was your book was Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life?
Yeah.
So was he being approached? Was he being questioned? Or like, how are you happy with this? Or was it a part of it? Was it an issue in his life?
Oh no, like the first one, he was like, nah, they can't name it that. You can't have a book that Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life by Kristen Bailey. He said, no. You talk to your editor, let's change this about. And then the second one's like, can I give my husband back? And by that point, he was just like, oh, whatever. Just
that's done now. Move on.
But I, like I said, when I was trying to write my 50 Shades, I was just like, I think there's an idea here for a book about how sex can, when you're been in a relationship for so long, sex can be funny. And that's the book that I wanted to write, and that's the book that ended up being Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life? But what I really like, and I think when I'm done with the Callahan sisters, I've had some other ideas about writing books in the same vein. So the Callahan sisters are getting younger, so by the time I get to Lucy, I won't be writing about someone who's been married for 15 years. That'd be a very different story. But I want to go back to just writing about couples and writing about marriage and families, because I think there's a lot of humour in there. And my family just give me a wealth of material. So that's the sort of books that I'll go back to eventually, I feel, once I'm done with the Callahans. There's
some great comments coming in. There's a lot of people in the chat, so hello to you all, and thank you for being in the chat. And please, if you can share and comment and ask questions, we're going to ask some a lot of questions. Greetings, friends. Mario's in the house.
Hello,
Mario, who says hello to you. Anya's in. Halo's here. Did you bring the goats? Halo. Of course, she did. And this is great news. Anya says, it's good, Mario. I haven't had a drink in a week because I'm on antibiotics. Today, no meds.
Jesus.
And she always brings the goats. But Mario did say silly can be sexy at times. So, has your writing process changed at all, if at all, from your first book to where you are now and what you might go into the future?
No.
Good interview.
No. Cheers. Thanks. And we'll see you next week.
You know what I think that's happened is that I know what I'm capable of now. So I found that I can write a book in 4 months. And before, if you told me that, I'd be panicking. I'd be like, fucking hell, I can't get this done. And I'd be like, you know, really worrying about deadlines and stuff and stressing myself out. But now I know what's possible. So when Book and Chill give me those deadlines, I'm like, no, I know how to balance this with my everyday life. There is still no methods. Geez, like I follow a lot of Instagrammers who are writers, you know, and they have all the software. Is it Scrivener? Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
And they have the methods where they print out their work and they have the Post-it notes and they have notebooks. And I'm just like, you ever seen that? Is it the GIF of the monkey by the keyboard? Just like, that was basically me writing. It's just get the words out. And like, I'll go back and read them and they'll be shit. And I'll just go back and I'll sculpt them and I edit them. But that's my process. So there's this like very strong imposter syndrome with me when I write, because people ask me, how do you do it? And I'm just like, I just write shit down. And
so Kristen, how was that change from obviously the book that you're about to bring out in January? You wrote that first, and obviously you got that book down, you shelved it, and then you went back to it. What was that experience like? Because I should imagine, obviously, you're much more experienced now, having done 2 books and then going back to it. And like you said, times have changed and stuff like that. So what did you realize, like redrafting that book in that way?
Well, I knew, for example, when you're writing rom-coms and modern fiction, all the cultural references have changed. So I was reading that book back, and there's mention of Carol Vorderman on Countdown. I'm just like, shit, it's that old. But you just see as well how I've evolved as a writer. Like back then, geez, I was very wordy, you know, just like a thesaurus, you know, just trying to get in every meaning of every word. So now I'm a bit more concise, maybe. The only thing is, and I'm really bad at this, and I apologize to my copy editor. Of course, like there's a timeline there, and it's all different interlocking characters. And on the second book, at the top of every chapter, there was like a counter of days since she'd left her husband. I shouldn't say fucked. I really screwed that up in terms of my maths. My maths was so bad.
No.
And bless her, she actually got a calendar out and she calculated all the days for me, so every chapter linked up. But I'm really bad at have the stories making sense in terms of the timeline. So they're always going over those details for me and making sure it all tallies up. But I mean, that draft, it's been reworked a lot since. So, yeah.
So in the first book, you challenged, you didn't challenge, but you tackled sort of like the difficulties that you could have in a married relationship and trying to make things work together. Yeah. And then in the second book, you went out and had a full-on baddie, really. Yeah. So what have you explored in the third book that's sort of a bit different to the other 2?
So the third book is her just getting to grips with new motherhood, and it was quite a strange thing to revisit. So, like, I first became a mum 14 years ago, so I had to kind of wind my brain back, look through some photo albums, try and remember what it was like. But it's a lot about her identity. And how she's changed. She's now a mother, and the effects it has on their relationship. So it's a relationship up to that point is just, you know, no major events in it. You know, they've just bobbed along and got on well, and now they've got a baby, and it's, you know, like throwing a grenade really into a relationship, isn't it? And basically exploring that, her identity and her sort of sense of self as well. So that's the third one.
There's a few comments on the chat, and Anya said 4 months is awesome. So is there? I'm echoing you somewhere. Is that like 4 months to complete the book, or is it 4 months to the point where you're sending it off? How is that process sort of completed in 4 months?
So that's 4 months for a first draft. Okay. So that's something I can send to my editor. And this time round, I had lockdown to write a book. So this was like a completely redrafted kind of version of that book, and I sent it to her, and it wasn't great, to be fair. We had to kind of tear it apart a bit and rebuild it. But 4 months just to have the bare bones of something that I can give.
Do you pick up a lot of stuff from the edits that come back? Do you try and learn from that, or is that just a process you sort of autopilot through with the corrections, or is it kind of a big learning curve?
It's a learning curve, and it's about having a good working relationship as well. So my editor's brilliant, and she'll send along really good notes of how she would change it, how she would move things about, and so like I work on those, and a lot of the time she has really good points as well. And then the copy editor will also make some comments as well, what she thinks could sharpen it up. So yeah, I think there's a lot of give and take there. So and it's allowing yourself as an author not to be too precious as well, to take that criticism and work with it and work it into the book. So yeah.
Sarah says that's why your books are so brilliant, because they're so relatable. So it's clearly like an observational comedy that relates people to this story or these stories, and that's why they get such a good connection with it. Mary also said that he uses Scrivener. So there are people that use that sort of software as well. I'm very much like yourself, who just kind of types it up and then has to go over and over and over and still miss loads of things.
So Kristen, out of all 3 books that you've done now, which has been your favorite to write, and why is that?
I really liked writing Sex Life, the first one, and I think that because that's the one that made my husband laugh the most. Because there's a line in the book, he hated me using this, but it was too funny. You know, when she's gone back and she's trying to seduce her husband, they've just been out for an Italian meal.
Oh yeah, and there's an incident.
There's an incident, but there's a line in that scene where he goes, I can't, I've just had a lasagna and it's in my stomach, it's like sat in my stomach like a brick. And my husband's actually said that before. He's reading the book going, I can't believe you. It's like reading, and because he's northern as well, and that character is probably the closest character to him that I've ever written.
Did it feel really exposing writing in that respect, where you kind of know it's kind of linked to yourself and your family, whereas a lot of people that write fiction work, it's not really connected, but that kind of feels connected? So did you feel really vulnerable with that book?
I think that he just knows that nothing, he'll say stuff now and he's like, that's ending up in a book, isn't it? And I'm like,
you find him in a couple of months dropping real like good lines, you're like, what are you saying that for? Oh, no reason.
But there's elements of him in every book that I write. So he's getting used to it now. And that sometimes as well, there'll be arguments or fights in a book. And he'll be reading it going, yeah, that didn't happen like that. I'm like, no, I fixed it how it should have ended.
Do you know what would be amazing if he started writing his version of these books?
Yeah.
From his perspective? I think that would be great.
Yeah, well, he was so he took up painting in lockdown.
Oh, nice. Was it the same type of painting?
No. He actually, for my 40th birthday, his present to me, he wanted I asked him to paint a portrait of me. And bless him, he's done a really good job, but he's done one that looks exactly like my mum. And I'm just
Have you got any of these to hand, by the way? Because you seem to be pointing in a direction that's accessible.
No. But
taking that hold.
Well, I think there was a point where he does a 9-to-5 job. He's an architect in real life, as you can tell from my beautiful and there was a point the other day, he said, you know what, maybe I just need to go down that mint cake angle and just paint draw cocks. I think I can make my millions that way.
Peer pressure.
I'm not showing you my poor husband.
Go on, are they actually there? They're close, aren't they? We can almost feel them.
She can't do it.
They might be in. No, I can't. Bless him.
Nah, he's on the right. It is Chris. Deal with the guy.
They could be great though, and this could be a new discovery of a new artist that we've not known about before. And
what if he ends up being the next Banksy and we missed the opportunity to see the originals?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. Or maybe he'll just, he'll go undercover. He'll have a.
Can he put his cap on and just waltz out and show us?
He can be your guest next week.
Yeah.
I'll bring Mr. Bailey, and these are all my paintings.
Next week, Captain Mintcake.
Yeah.
Dating.
Can I get my wife back?
He's faster. Are you watching me on YouTube?
Yeah. Can we say hello?
What? No, he's gone. He's disappeared.
Oh, here we go.
Well, this was one of them. Kind of looks like me.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
You know what? The closest I can get to that is a stick man, so that's fantastic. Well, very well done.
That's not even the one that looks like my mum. I won't show you that one. Bless him. He's trying.
Come on.
I might commission him to draw Chris in that leopard print.
Oh my God.
That would go up in the studio once we get one, realistically. Oh, wow.
Be brilliant. So in terms of like writing wise now, obviously you've got 3 books behind you. Is it a 3-book deal with Bookature, or have you got more planned with them?
So I've got after Love Life Shrink. What's it called? Did my Love Life Shrink in the water? There are long titles. There's another one that I'm contracted to write, and then these things, it always depends on sales and whether they want to keep me on. So I'd love to finish the Callahan books with them, and we'll see what happens next.
Would you think about changing genres at all?
Oh, people always ask me this. You know why? Because I think, and I'm seeing this a lot, where you get a lot of maybe traditional rom-com authors who go down the thriller route. And I get it, because I think as writers we have a lot of stories to tell that aren't in a box, I love writing comedy, so I think if I was going to change genre, I'd actually write children's books.
Wow.
I'd go the other way. I don't think I could write a thriller or anything too dark. I don't think I could sustain that mood for a whole novel. I applaud anyone who does. I think I'm a bit too I don't know, maybe empathetic. I think I'd take that mood on as well, be a bit of a misery to live with. But the one, I wrote a short story once, which was about a dystopian future. It was a young adult story. And that did really well in a competition. And I'd love to develop that as a book. And I got a really lovely email once from a bloke who is a teacher in America. And he uses that story every year with his class as a sort of a teaching device to sort of help with creative writing. So that was lovely. So yeah, I'd like to develop that, but nothing. No plans to swap genre yet.
Halo dropped the question and she said, "Cast ideas for your books. If your books are made into TV shows, you got any casting ideas?"
We've talked about this before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy came up.
Good choice.
Andrew Lincoln's not up to much.
He's making the movies, man. Come on.
But you know what? I've been watching Teachers on Netflix.
Oh yeah, he's great in Teachers.
He was brilliant in that. And I lived in Bristol when he was filming that, so I always used to see him down the pub. That's my claim to fame, because he was living and they were filming Teachers around that time. So that's been a nice show to revisit. And he'd be good. I don't know, for the sisters, I love Carey Mulligan. I've not seen her do comedy before though. And I love, have you seen I Hate Susie on Sky?
Yeah.
Billie Piper. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's really good.
Great. She's good.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anya says, would you ever switch genres to something serious like serial killer books? Anya, you're probably getting a tequila. We've covered that, so you'll have to
You know what though? I've always thought if I wrote a serial killer book, I would write it in a comedy fashion. So kind of a black comedy. Have you ever seen a film with Kathleen Turner called Serial Mom?
No.
She's like a sort of I don't know if it's set in the 50s, but she's like a Stepford Wives type of mum, and she's all perfect, but she kills people.
Oh, nice.
And that was, yeah. But that was done in like a real black comedy, dark way. Almost a bit Dexter-y. Dexter had comedy running through it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So
I watched it.
What?
Yeah. Have you not watched it? Christmas.
I did a film review and a blog post yesterday of a film, and I mentioned that the main character was from Dexter, and the fact that I hadn't seen it. And I said, "Can I hear the booze through the medium of blog?" Probably, and you confirmed that instantly with that reaction.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I watched
you need to rectify that, mate.
I watched half of the first episode and just thought, "This is not for me."
Wow.
What? Do you have a show though?
What?
Like, there are shows that I haven't seen that people are like that. Like, I've never seen Mad Men.
Oh,
No.
Another great one. What? Oh my God. I'm just gonna go.
We did start watching it again. It was just one bothered.
Mad Men's a great show. I've seen it twice. That's how good it is. The whole thing.
You know, when you sometimes you go, well, I'll start, but look how many episodes I've got to get through. It feels like a bit of a feat. So
feels like you got lasagna in the pit of your stomach.
But it's just like, it's like, oh my God, there's like 800 episodes to watch here. I can't do it, but I could watch this, which has got 6. So I've definitely got a lot of shows like that. Another one, this is terrible to admit, is The Wire. Never watched The Wire.
No, I've not seen that either. It's on our list. Mad Men is great. Went to high school with one of the actors.
Oh, which one?
Wow.
Which one, Anya? Let us know. There's lots of things.
Yeah.
I've not seen, I guess, that I should have seen. Like Lost, for example, I gave up after about halfway, and I'm glad I did.
So, Kristen, for those people who are watching tonight that have never read your books,
I'm doing this now.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Surely should have been question number 1, right?
Yeah, but we might as well do it. So, for those who've not read your books, who would they appeal to? Obviously, we talked a little bit already, and why should they read them, basically?
Okay, so that's the thing. It gets classed as women's fiction, but my favourite reviews have come from men. So, like men who've been in lockdown and their wives have just gone, read this, and they've read it and they've really liked it, and they've written really lovely reviews on Amazon. So I'd say it's for anyone who's married in a long-term relationship. They want to read something that's maybe not traditionally rom-com. It's relatable. Hopefully it's funny. Read them.
Read them now. Anya says that the person who played Paul Kenzet? Oh, I don't know how to say that.
To be honest, I've seen it twice and I don't remember a Paul.
Well, other people did.
Is he? Halo, I love Paul.
2 years older than me, didn't know him well. So technically, you may as well didn't really go to school with him. I mean, cool story.
They were in the building at the same time.
Yeah. I went to school with the girl who was in the IT crowd, Catherine Perkins, who's on Taskmaster at the moment. No, you've watched the IT crowd, right?
Yeah. Oh. He's seen everything but nothing at the same time.
Sorry. I don't know what I did with my youth. It's entirely a blur. I have no photos of me as a youngster. I think I was created somewhere. And I was told I was born on Friday the 13th, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Last couple of years.
Hardcore fans in terms of people that obviously rave about the books, talk about them, buy the books almost instantly. Have you ever had any sort of weird interactions with these fans? Like, has anyone ever got in contact with you and you've gone, ooh, that's a bit much?
I get everyone's been quite lovely. And the messages have been quite touching as well. Just so there was a lady who messaged me during lockdown to say that her mum had passed away. It's quite an emotional email, and she said, I read your book, and I thought I was never gonna sort of smile or laugh again. And yeah, I read your book and it put a smile on my face the first time in a really long time. I mean, that made me cry. I was just like, oh man, that's nice. And it just makes me feel like you're doing something useful, cheering people up. So yeah, no weirdos yet.
Ella says I could totally see your books being made into a movie like Love Actually, starring Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Fantastic. Chris, why don't you ask a really morbid question you like to ask everybody?
Yeah, this is a new one. I don't think you got this last time. So on your deathbed, you're right there. You're just about to go into the grave, and you look back on your writing career. What does success look like to you? What are you happy with?
Oh wow. I think it would be. Oh God, that's a weird one. Yeah, just that people have read your books.
That's normally what you hope for.
Like,
haven't you got 2,000 reviews on your first book now?
Yeah.
They're reading your books, Kristen.
Yeah, I think that means she's happy. She's job done.
Yeah, you know, like success in terms of, I've reached a really comfortable level. What I have at the moment is that people have actually read them this time round. Like my first book that got released in 2016, they might as well just throw my book in a field and tell people to go and find it and read it. And you know, I've just realised this time how important the marketing and having a good publisher is behind you. Yeah, just that I know that I've been able to fulfill something in me and I've been able to write. I'd have hated to have been on my deathbed and gone, oh, I should have written that book. I feel like I've done it. So yeah.
Fantastic.
There you go.
So I remember when you were talking about writing the first book, and you'd just given birth and you were reading a lot of like you were staying awake a lot, so you were reading a lot of like fiction and stuff like that. So obviously you took the jump into writing. So for those who didn't hear the first response that you made, why did you decide to make that jump? And also, do you have any advice for anyone who's also possibly thinking about doing the same sort of thing?
So I remember writing. Did I tell you about my labour with my son? No.
Yeah, briefly, I think, but I don't know if you did it on air.
Okay. And this is a casual story that I told another time. So, you know, when you're a mum and you're about to give birth, all you ever hear are the horror stories, you know, of these women going, oh my God, I was in labour for 5 days. I'm there to, you know, you just hear all the bad stuff. And I remember my labour was hilarious. It was really funny. So I birthed very quickly. And basically my mum, who was supposed to be my birthing partner, was so adamant that I wasn't in labour. She went home. She pissed off home. And even my husband was just a bit like, oh my God, you're such a fucking hypochondriac. Just get over yourself. You know, it was, and it was to the point where the midwife actually checked me and she went, oh, she's 8 centimetres. She's about to go. So, you know, my husband had to ring my mum going, you better come back. This is actually happening. And it was just certain things through the labour. I swore like a really bad sweary person, just all the words coming out. And they gave me the gas and I got completely plastered off it. I was not making sense. I was just off my tits on this gas. And what happened when so graphic, I'm apologising to anyone who's not
people have the tea, it's fine.
Look at the comments we have, go for it.
I pushed out the head, okay, and the head's there, and the head started crying, like before the rest of the body came out. And like the midwife is like, do you want to touch the head? And I'm like, fucking hell, I don't want to touch the head. Just get the baby out. I was like,
get it out of me.
No, it's just the head, man. Like when he came out, like I've got a beautiful 14-year-old son now. He's lovely, but you know,
he's mortified now. He's literally dying.
He was just like, I was the crying
he's
head.
just about to pull the plug out of the internet.
you know, when babies first come out, they don't look like how babies should. You know, they've got the cone heads and they're all they look really upset. And I just remembered looking at this baby and I was just, oh my God, like, hi, like that. And the midwife told me, she went, oh my God, he looks just like you. And I was just like, yeah, but he fucking looks like an alien, right? He just doesn't look right. And again, it was just a comedy of errors, the whole labour. And so I remember that's the first scene I ever wrote in a book, because I just thought, I just want to tell labour from a different angle, because not that it was what I'd label a great experience, but it was just different. And that ended up being a novel, just the way that story kind of evolved. So, I mean, anyone, if I wanted to give advice to anyone who's, you know, wanting to write a book, just, you know, get out those little sort of anecdotal experiences in your own life. You'll find stories in your own life that you can just write about and start from there. And I started with short stories as well. I wrote a lot of short stories to kind of learn my craft. And yeah, that was just an education in itself. So just, keep writing.
Amazing.
If all else fails, have a baby.
Yeah, have a baby. You know, lifetime of material there.
If you haven't got any life experience, just go out and like jump in the front of a lorry or do something crazy and then just write a book.
Yeah.
Maybe don't jump in front of a lorry though. Don't think you're writing many books after that.
Yeah, of course. The dramatic experience creates imagination. I'm sure it does.
But you know what? I think everyone has stories. You know, everyone has. You know, but not if they're to do with, you know, they don't have to do with families and giving birth, but everyone's got a story in their locker, haven't they? From work or education or something. So write those stories down.
So, Kristen, you're very much a comedic writer, and you write a lot of things that make people laugh, and you've got all these stories behind you. Have you ever considered going into like stand-up and writing stand-up in that way? Because I should imagine, obviously, it's the same sort of process. You're a storyteller. You're very good at telling comedic stories. You're very good at timing and all that sort of stuff. Would you ever consider doing that?
I was talking about this with my husband the other day. He thinks that I'd be awful at it. I think the nerves would get the better of me. I don't think I can make it up as I go along. Because actually one person who I actually look a lot. Do you know Ali Wong? No. Okay, so she's a Asian American stand-up comedian, and she is hilarious. She's got a really good film on Netflix called Always Be My Maybe, I think, but some of her stand-up routines are on Netflix as well. And you put a pair of glasses on me, I'm a doppelganger. But she's hilarious, and she's kind of there's a bit of a sort of vulgarity in her humor as well that I totally get. Look, everyone knows Ali Wong, guys.
I think actually I do. I think I know her work. I think I do.
Yeah.
I just got a picture.
She did a lot of stand-up when she was actually pregnant as well. And I love her to bits. She's hilarious. So if I was going to go down that stand-up route, it would be the same. But I just feel like I look too much like her anyway.
Do you know what that called for? It's when we do, like, say, next year a charity gig of some sort that Kristen does a stand-up show for charity for us.
Yeah.
And then you can test
well, you're going to do a fashion show.
I'll do a talk. But do you know what I mean? That's the way to test it.
I'll do the Ali Wong tribute act. Yeah.
Yeah. Chatting about.
Yeah.
Go on.
She's great though. Go and watch her. She's on Netflix. She's hilarious. So yeah, she's the only person that I kind of relate to in terms of if I was going to go down that route. But like I said, I think nerves would get the better of me.
Okay. Yeah. Is it time to move on to the new family member of the show?
Oh yeah, it's a good bit.
Okay, Kristen, there's a new family member we pull off Twitter each week.
Okay.
And generally they've got quite a low following, and we like to give them a bit of a boost by plaguing them with some sort of GIF. Now, is there something in particular that you would like us to plague them with? What type of GIF to plague them with? Because we've had dragons, we've had stingrays, we've had dry hair shampoo. Are there random things? So is there something in particular and random you like to play this person with? But bear in mind, please mention the Writing Community Chat show because it's a bit weird without it.
What? So you just send that person loads of gifts?
Yeah. Everyone watching now, just send them gifts.
On a theme?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you decide. It could be...
I'm going to say monkeys.
Monkeys? Nice. Okay. So,
monkey gifts.
New family member. Monkeys is fine. New family member. The woman is called The Blog of a 20-something-year-old at _20s blog, 20s blog. This person has 281 followers, and her bio says 23-year-old blogger based in the UK. Show some love by reading, sharing, and subscribing, which is fantastic. That's what we love to have more of. Chris Hooley, yes, that's the person right there. So if we could send her monkey gifts in whatever fashion you'd like, that's fantastic. So I got to find this now. It would take my time to do this. That's I've lost it. Underscore.
The wrong woman. 281.
Yeah, I found her. Right. 284 followers, and we'll give her a little boost now. And welcome to the family. Here's a monkey.
I'm going to send this GIF because there's a crying baby in it, and it reminds me of Kristen's birth story.
There you go.
Fantastic. I might just do a dad monkey. Oh no, I'll do a monkey spanking a man in bed. Why not?
Where am I supposed to post the monkey?
On her Twitter.
So I can just message her with a tweet her with the monkey and follow her.
On a timeline, you can, and the rest of it are, but it's quite random, but it's kind of fun. So
okay.
It's love monkeys, says Mario. We traumatize them and force them off Twitter. Halo, that is not the angle we're going for here. We need to embrace them and go, ooh, these people are crazy. Perhaps that might not work. We want them to join us, but I guess if they like the craziness, then they will join us anyway.
And if not, it's hilarious for us. So
yeah, if they don't like it, then have some monkeys. Question time is coming up very, very shortly. Very shortly. And then we have a Harry Styles quiz off between these two who claim to be big Harry, but apparently have no idea about Harry songs. So this is going to be a terrible quiz. 5 songs, and I have 10 questions. That's not good. So please send some questions in that we can all answer, whether they're crazy. It is a Friday night chat show, so there can be a bit more out there. And I know Halo posted some earlier, but I do apologize. I haven't got those on the screen right now. If you could send them in, that'd be great. So, question time. The only thing I know about Harry Styles is that he dated Taylor Swift. Did he?
He did, yeah.
He dated everyone, didn't he? Pretty sure I went out with him at one point. You definitely did. Kristen did.
Yeah.
I had no idea. There are quite a few not rude. That's the wrong word. Taylor Swift has been out with quite a few people, celebrity-wise. Is the thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah. But isn't that all celebrities?
No, I don't think so.
Especially young ones.
Well, the other guy from One Direction went out with Cheryl Cole.
Yeah, that was weird. He
married her. He had a baby with her.
Yeah. That is kind of weird.
You remember his first audition when she was the judge and he came on and he was like, yeah. Do you not remember when he was like 16 and you like pointed at her?
Yes! He pointed at me.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I can't ignore this.
Talk about long game. That is,
I know.
A strong long game right there.
He worked that for a long time. Let me just try and find something. If you carry on talking about random stuff, very quickly that I've got to talk about because I sent it to Chris in the week and he didn't comment on it, and I think it deserves a conversation, especially after the baby story.
Kristen, have you got a story behind your tattoo while Chris is looking?
Oh, I found it. Sorry, I got my arm. It's my writing tattoo.
It's a what?
It's a writing tattoo. So God, I don't know where the camera is. So it's a quill and an ink pot.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
There you
Have
go.
you ever written?
Have I ever what?
Written with a quill?
I haven't actually.
Maybe that's a good Christmas present.
There you go. Give me a quill. Write a novel, and my next novel with a quill. It's really funny though when the tattoo artist finished. He's a wonderful tattoo artist. He's based in Fleet. I don't know what his camera is. He did the ink pot, and then he just went, "Oh, it looks a bit like a grenade," and I was like,
"Well, fix it."
It's really lovely. I'm hoping to add to it in some ways as well.
Couple of machine guns, some barbed wire.
Yeah, just all the way up, and a book. There you go.
Like it.
Let me just hide this a minute. Let me just take that back off. Vince says,
Chris, your search history is very questionable.
There's not a hit. That's coming up in a second. That's for our conversation.
Oh my God.
What war film that was? Dunkirk, and he played a fantastic actor in that. He was fantastic in that film.
Come on, let's not lie. He didn't play a fantastic actor. He wasn't a great. He wasn't.
You know what I mean? He was
Harry Styles in a film being Harry Styles. I don't think he was very good.
Film. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's not a Hollywood blockbuster," but I completely thought Christopher Nolan nailed that film. Anyway, let's go back to the page.
70 million fans to the film because of Harry Potter. Harry Styles.
Going off Kristen's story, this is something that was sent to me by my wife the other day that someone had highlighted, and it's a book called "The Haunted Vagina." And it says, "It's difficult to love a woman whose vagina is a gateway to the world of the dead." So Steve is madly in love with his eccentric girlfriend, Stacy. Unfortunately, their sex life has been suffering, Kristen, because Steve is worried about the odd noises that have been coming from Stacy's pubic region. She says her vagina is haunted. She doesn't think it's a big deal. I don't know why you wouldn't. Steve, on the other hand, disagrees. So when a living corpse climbs out of her during an awkward night of sex, Stacy learns her vagina is actually a doorway to another world. She persuades Steve to climb inside her to explore the new strange place. But once inside, Steve finds it difficult to return. So this is crazy, but it's got great ratings.
Who wrote that?
Ratings. Look at that.
Carlton Melick. He's got quite a lot of books in the same sort of style.
Of course, it's a man. Only a man would write that book.
But I want to highlight this because it's not fair to take the piss out of disabilities. And if you see this, there's a review somewhere. I want to read. Wait a minute. As a sufferer of this condition, I find this book disgustingly mocking my disability. Having a vagina that is the gateway to another world is no laughing matter and seriously cramps your love life. Many details in this seriously inaccurate and poorly researched. I recommend everyone visits blah 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 website for the truth and this disorder. So there you go.
That is the best 1-star review ever.
It is. So if you have that condition or you've been affected by the stories we talked about in this, please visit someone who gives a shit. Because what the hell?
Have you seen that film? Have you seen a film called Teeth?
Oh. Teeth?
About a woman who's got teeth in her vagina.
No.
It's a brilliant film. Watch it. It's hilarious.
That's going to be my next film review, right?
Yeah. It's actually called Teeth. I think it's called Teeth. Yeah, it's a horror film. And anyone who puts their tackle near a vagina, it gets bitten off.
I've seen Teeth. Teeth is a great movie. Yeah.
Teeth. It's not just me.
They all know the teeth. They know the teeth. Oh, man. Yeah, but what a book. So the whole time you're talking about your pregnancy, I had that in my mind. I was like, doorway, gateway to hell. Wow. That's the story.
No wonder
Go on.
No, I can't say. I was going to say no wonder someone came out screaming, but
I've been in the gateway. Oh, traumatized. At least it had the life experience to write a good book. So, like, what the fuck inspired that story? I don't know. Who knows? He actually writes a lot of other stuff, and perhaps we'll look into that and what an interview that might be. We maybe have to get him on the show.
Oh gosh.
So I think the only thing to do now after that is to have the Harry off.
Yeah.
Oh,
go
my
for
days.
it.
Right.
Oh my days.
My days.
I think, and unannounced, really, the queen of the quiz of season 2 is Kristen Bailey. Cheers. The only reason it didn't carry on and really be very successful is because the sounds still haven't been figured out on this show. So Kristen is the reigning queen of the show. So if Chris can win this quiz, brace yourself.
It's not likely, though, to be honest, is it? It's not likely. Kristen's like amazing with all general knowledge. I'm guessing lyrics as well. And I'm just like, no.
Dave.
This question, yeah. Because I actually.
Real thing?
Yeah.
Please tell me that's not a real thing.
Yeah, because in my most recent book, I had to research it because there was something that came up, and I had to think. I'm pretty sure it's based on a real life thing where you.
Do you know? I've heard of people googling the symptoms before, but this is extreme.
Can you, grow teeth in your vagina?
And the answer was.
That's definitely a woman making out, going, "I've got a headache." Oh no, I've used that one already. Oh, I've got teeth growing in my vagina.
I've just eaten a lasagna.
But isn't it? That's what. Have you seen the second Borat film?
Yes.
Yes, because doesn't he use that? Doesn't he use that as a tactic so his daughter won't have sex, to say that she's got teeth going down there?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So,
Mario, that's why I'm gay. Fair enough. That's a great point. So let's have a
go and Google it, Chris.
I don't think I want to.
Can you grow teeth in your vagina?
Are you searching this right now?
Why not?
Kristen, oh my god. Because once you do that, you can't ever unsee it.
It's all right. It's on my husband's work computer. Can you grow teeth in your vagina?
Let's all watch your face.
Oh wait, vagina dentata describes a folk tale in which a woman's vagina is said to contain teeth, with the associated implication that sexual intercourse might result in injury, emasculation, or castration for the man involved. So it's a legends thing. It's my husband trying to text me now, going, "Get that shit off my computer." No, I think it's just a myth.
Wow.
Halo, each week you impress me with the Nick Cage gifts, pictures, but what is Nick Cage this week? Is that like a wild cat or something?
That's a cat. It's a beautiful
just a normal cat? Cats are freaky as shit. I hate cats.
Yeah. Next week he'll be a vagina with teeth.
Yeah, dressed up as.
I'm Nick Cage.
Thanksgiving. So let's go and let's do this quiz. Let's do the Harry off. And I can't find it again. The Harry off. And
vagina stuff off my
You're more than welcome to keep vagina stuff on your screen.
It's all right. It's gone now.
Yeah. Your husband is kicking off.
Do you have a video for this?
I don't know.
Do you mean you don't know? Do you have one or not?
Well, I have, but it's not very good. I'm getting so much inspiration right now. For what? For like a book? Like for the vagina thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's hundreds of books in that.
Okay.
That man has inspired me. The Haunted Vagina. That's, if I'm going to go down any other genre, that's it.
Well, you've got half the story already.
The Demon Cock.
Was there a decapitated zombie woman? I liked her. What are we talking about? I'm completely lost.
She's not in my book.
She was in the video when she only had half her head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the video that you did.
Yes. No, was that? No, I don't think it was.
I think it was.
Kristen's pouring wine.
Sorry.
Cool.
Good strategy.
There is a video, but it was completely not decent. But here it is, and you can look at it.
That was all right.
Shit, really, wasn't it? Really shit. Anyway,
could have been bad, but it was all right.
Are you two ready for the questions? And guys that you're watching, please you keep score because I'm asking questions. I'm trying to keep score. I'm terrible at maths. So we got 10 questions.
Oh my God. Okay.
We actually did have some questions that we haven't even asked on the show, which is wicked. So 10 lyrics from his songs in no particular order. So,
wait a minute. Can I just ask a few questions? So,
yes.
Are these solely Harry Styles songs, or are these Harry Styles and One Direction songs?
Solely Harry Styles.
I only know 5 songs, Chris.
Well, that's 5 more than fucking Chris Hooley will know. I can tell you that much. Anyway, if Chris wants to answer this, I'd like you to say Tetley.
I'm not saying that, mate.
Tetley, what are you doing?
I'm not saying that.
No, don't say Tetley.
It won't come out. Yorkshire tea.
That'll do.
Yorkshire tea.
And Kristen, I could be rude and say something about teethy vagina, but what would you like to say to suggest your answer is ready?
I could say toothy vagina.
In a funny accent?
I'd say it in my own accent, a bit more London. Toothy vagina.
Toothy vagina!
Or can I say that's quite long. Can I just say toothy vag?
You can say toothy vag. Yes, please. You will never see Ant and Dec doing this, I can tell you that much. Anyway, so have we got any Harry Styles fans in the audience, by the way? Is in the green room or on the chat? If so, you can answer these and I'll try and jump in to see what you're answering. So, number 1, remember your taglines. I walked the streets all day running with the thieves because you left me in the hallway. Give me some more. Just take the pain away. There's a big clue in that thing.
Yorkshire tea.
Go.
I'm going to say Falling, simply because it's the only song I know.
Incorrect. You're frozen out there. This is not One Direction. This is Harry Styles. Come on. There's the word in there. Me. Go on. Send your an answer in. There is a word in there that is in the title of the song.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's wrote a song about a hallway, I mean, come on.
Thieves.
Go. What? What do you say? Leaves?
Thieves.
Thieves.
Thieves. No, running.
Just the same words. Incorrect. You're rubbish. You're both rubbish. Meet me in the hallway. That's like
I did write a song about a hallway, as if that actually is a thing.
Okay.
Meet me in the hallway. Do you know what?
Yeah, that's classic. Meet me in the hallway. Yeah.
Hey, oh my
Kristen,
goodness.
that is actually Meet Me in the Hallway. If we're talking about your first book that you released, and they were interrupted in the hallway.
Yes, they were. And then he dropped it. Yeah.
Nice reference.
That never happened.
Number 2, she's got a book for every situation, gets into parties without invitations. How could you ever turn her down? This is great radio.
What should we just yell out titles of songs?
Yeah, go for it.
Watermelon High.
You can't say that because you haven't said vag yet.
Oh, Toothy
Yorkshire
Vag.
tea.
Yeah, go Toothy Vag, go.
Watermelon. Was it watermelon sugar? Watermelon.
Incorrect. Go Yorkshire tea.
Falling.
Incorrect. This is Carolina, not Carolina, but Carolina by Harry Styles.
Is anyone getting these right?
No. Should have read the lyrics. Google should have read them, perhaps, but then I don't think that's allowed. Dave said maybe it'd help if Chris on the left sang the questions. It would if all the lyrics weren't merged into one sentence, so it makes it really difficult when you don't know the song. Okay. It turns out she's a devil in between the sheets, and there's nothing she can do about it. That's close. Again. Anyone?
Oh, God.
No.
This is well harder
There's
than it
nothing
looks.
you can do about it. I should. If we had the license, we could just play clips, and it would be great.
Yorkshire tea.
Go on. You're
She's
googling
a devil.
the.
I'm not.
Think the other way. Think opposite to that, Kristen.
Toothy Vag Angel.
Oh, I give it to you. Only.
Come on.
Oh, unlucky, Hooli. Unlucky. It's 1-0 to Kristen.
Right.
Under summer skies, brown skin, and lemon over ice. Would you believe it?
Oh, Toothy Vag.
Go.
Adore you.
Yeah! 2-0, Kristen. Woohoo! Great answer. Straight in there. Chris, don't worry. There's some good easy ones coming up. I just want to taste it.
Yorkshire tea.
Yeah.
Watermelon sugar.
Oh, he's back in the game.
That's it.
2-1. Good. The game is on. Be quick on the next one. Golden.
Yorkshire tea.
Toothy Vag. Do that.
No, Yorkshire tea was first.
Golden.
Yeah! It's 2-2. He's pulled it back.
It really is that simple.
Yeah, that literally is as complex as the lyrics get in that song. 9 a.m, the man drops his kids off at school and he's thinking of you. That's about as energetic as that song actually is. There's some confused faces on the screen. No? Anyone?
No.
Okay, we're moving on. Are you passing this up? Don't be Googling it there, Kristen. I can see your eyes in the screen.
This is my family texting me.
Get off this. You're ruining your career right now. Get off. Leveling down.
Why do you choose Harry Styles? Like 5,000 bands you know better than Harry Styles.
You should have said. And I wouldn't have dressed up like anyone else, so it's fine. That was from the song called She.
Of course it was.
Okay. I think that's dropping them off at the pool. It could be a euphemism. Hard candy dripping on me till my feet are wet, and she's all over me. It's like I paid for it. I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna pay for it. No, this is a great song.
Really great
It's
song,
like
Chris.
I pay for it. It's like I pay for it.
And then,
Come on, guys. I'm not even a massive Harry fan. I know these songs.
Sign of the Times. No.
No, you're out. Go on,
No.
Hooli, anything? Just say something. It's a fruit.
Melon.
Nah, it's kiwi.
Oh, you should have just let us guess the fruit.
Well, next time, in hindsight, it's all great. You know what I mean? Remember, everything will be all right. We can meet again somewhere far away from here.
Oh, the Toothy Vag, Sign of the Times.
Yay! What's that, 3-2?
It is.
And we've got one question left.
Ooh.
Oh, Mr. Hooli.
Has he been saying this?
I don't think you'll know this. The world's happy, waiting doors yellow, broken, blue. I hear Jenny singing, go get the kids from school. No idea how that goes. Can I give a clue? A big thing that people fly over and there's a lot of water going through it.
Yorkshire tea.
Go.
Lake.
What?
Lake.
Okay.
People don't fly over lakes to go and see lakes.
Toothy Vag. Ocean.
Go.
Ocean.
How is that a lake, Kristen? What's
What you
Okay.
know? Your clue is rubbish. What?
I'll let you both back in this, right? So it's a big thing. It's like people ferry underneath it where the waterfalls are, and people fly over the thing.
Don't use ferry and waterfall. We've just had
come
lake
on,
and ocean.
Runway?
Jim Carrey wants to do a news report underneath it.
Tunnel?
Yorkshire Tea, Golden
No.
Gate Bridge.
No. Okay, think more Arizona. I think it's that direction.
Yorkshire Tea.
No.
Grand Canyon.
Okay, one of those words.
Grand.
The other one.
Canyon.
Canyon, right? And then opposite of the sun.
Moon?
Okay, so put those together.
Canyon Moon.
Canyon.
Yorkshire Tea's in there. That's 3-all. We're in the tiebreaker, people.
Oh.
Got a song called Canyon Moon.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. Yeah. Good call. Wow. Yeah, monkey face, things, eyes, embarrassment. Yes, I know. So what are we going to do in this tiebreaker situation? I have no idea. Do any people on the chat have an idea of a tiebreaker? Because I don't.
Have you not got a guitar?
There are no ferries in the Grand Canyon. it's a really good point. Yes, but this is me, so I can say stupid stuff. Fight to the death, says Halo Scott. I don't think that's either appropriate or actually possible during its a call through the internet. But I like the enthusiasm. I don't know if you've got any questions. There is a guitar, Hooli, but I haven't practiced the song. And
Just
you
play a bit then.
You know the song, right?
I forgot.
Yeah, so that's cheating. That's an advantage to you. It'd be full on Harry Styles in right now. Let me see if I. What?
Lift it up a bit so we can see. Show
Can't,
us the money.
Hold it like that.
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Otherwise, it just looks like you're looking at you.
I can't even move it. Hang on, I can't hear it. Wait. Wait a minute. That's not the right. It's not right, is it? No. Oh my goodness.
That sounded familiar.
You know that? Oh, yeah, that doesn't work for multitasking.
That didn't work for a tiebreak.
You know what that reminds me of?
Terrible stuff.
No, like in Shooting Stars when Vic Reeves is doing the pub singer.
Wait, to be compared to Vic Reeves, I will take that, and I'll that's my grave thing done. I will die in the grave now.
Instead of singing it in a pub style, I'm going to play it in style.
Yeah. Oh wow! I think we just lost all of our listeners as well. They're just gone. They thought, what the fuck is this? It's terrible. I'm going. Do you want me to find? Are you aware of One Direction? Do you want to find one of those lyrics?
Kristen, who's your favorite artist?
Oh, go on.
Christ, at the moment?
No, just in general. Someone that you know really well. Bang.
Oh my god! Like, if you want me to really shit useless trivia, like take that. But this is like because when I was like my teens, I knew everything about them. I don't really follow them anymore, but I seem to have retained all those really useless facts about them. Now, have you like Michael Kiwanuka?
Yeah, we were supposed to see him in a concert and in a festival this year, but obviously COVID ruined it, and I was very disappointed. Mario says, "Can I play in his high school band?" Way at the back. I understand. I'm useful with a triangle, perhaps.
So, Chris, give us a take that lyric tiebreaker.
Chris is from Manchester. He should know. Take that.
Should
I was going to say, are you suggesting you could compete in this?
I'll give it a go.
Oh, okay.
All Mancunians, it's in their blood.
Is it?
Yeah, they know something about Take That. You will. Come on, you can name all of Take That, couldn't you? The original 5.
I know what the members.
Yeah, Chris Hooley. Come on, the original 5.
Obviously, you got Robbie, Gary, Mark, Jason, and who am I missing?
A little short guy.
No, that's Mark.
The dancer with the hair.
Yeah. Howard. There we go.
Yes, there you go. See, he knows more than anything.
Let me find one. I do know these songs, some of them anyway. It's going to be too quick. Okay, you ready?
Go on.
Mario says also play without an amp. Yep, no worries. Have I just sent that into the chat? I have as well. Quickly before you see that, paste it there. Go, baby. I want you. Come.
Oh, Yorkshire tea.
Go.
Could it be magic?
Teeth Vag. What's it? Magic. Could it be magic?
I said, could it be magic?
Already.
I got it.
I don't know what's happening here. It's gone crazy. This show's. Oh my goodness.
Did I actually win?
I've lost Chris Hooley. Where's he gone?
Oh, I see, Kristen. Blame it on the technology.
I won, baby. Could it be magic?
Look at your face.
Now I won the quiz.
Chris Hooley, Kristen's lost us, and she's got a very confused look on her face.
There she is.
There, you're back again.
Oh, hello.
Good job, you're back.
I'm
lost.
back. Did I lose? No, it was the internet. It was the internet.
No, it wasn't.
Should we have a different one? Because that was unfair.
Come on.
That was my husband probably pulling the router out, going, "You're cooler than this, Kristen." Yeah, I can't believe you said that.
All right, let's go. Let's go a bit further on. I don't know the names of these songs.
This is like VAR, Chris. Come on.
VAR. Yeah, exactly. He's terrible. Let's make it a bit more tricky.
Under review.
Yeah, this podcast is fantastic. Okay, I'll shrink the chorus to this and see if you can figure this out. And again on the chat, if you think you know it, send it in. All I do each night is think of the times I close the door and keep my love within.
All I do, pray. Sorry, Teeth Badge. Pray.
It is Pray.
Yes.
God. Right. So now you've evened it up. I'll give you the last one, and I think we'll have to do a final because that's now fair, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like when Tottenham knocked City out of the Champions League, but Raheem Sterling scored. That's how I feel now.
Okay. Okay. Let's go for this. This is going to be a quick fire one. This is for the win, people.
No pressure.
Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it.
Teeth Badge.
Oh no!
It's back for good.
Yeah! It is still the Queen. And Chris Hooley bows out in shame. He's shaming the show, Mr. Hooley.
You think if we were going to make it fair, we should have agreed on the artist beforehand, to be fair.
Well, yeah, a lot of things could have been better, let's be honest, but it is what it is. And this is why we are who we are. And we don't shout.
We will have a rematch next time, and we'll choose the artist in advance, not just randomly Harry Styles, because I fancy him.
Sarah said back, they're good. Perhaps the wine's been back for a while. Good job, Kristen. She won and champion. Hooley's crying. Don't cry, Hooley.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing that we're going to do with all the guests now. I'm sorry, but they have to put an artist, and we have to put this forward.
Do you know what? Yeah. Like Halo said, I would love to get this on the Google the woman speaking, whoever it is. But I'm not sure if we can get away with that. We'll definitely look into something that can do it properly.
So, Kristen, before you go, before we finish, where can people find your books if they've enjoyed our show tonight with you? And where are all these good stuff available?
They're all on Amazon, and they're also on other thing. Like if you read your books through other things like Kobo and Apple, and is it Google Books as well? But yeah, they're on Amazon. You can pre-order. Did My Love Life Shrink in the Wash? And that comes out January the 21st. But you can buy Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life? And Can I Get My Husband Back on all those channels at the moment. Yeah. In paperback and in ebook as well. And audio. Yeah, I should have mentioned the audio. I don't shout enough about the audio.
By the way, your Did My Love Life Shrink in the Wash is actually on Amazon, due to come out on the 11th of January.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just scrap everything I said then.
but it's fine. That's why I said 2 days before my birthday. And 11th.
Like the cover reveal, I got it totally wrong. And I went on Instagram and I said, everyone, come on here on Wednesday to see the cover reveal. And they had to make a new video which said, I got it wrong. Come back on Thursday. And it's just like, I shouldn't be in charge of my own publicity.
If you want to go to www.kristenbaileyWrites.com, you'll see this wonderful website that is full of all the books, including the massive title of Kristen, and where you can buy it from Amazon, Apple, Kobo, or Google, all of them. I was crying laughing all the way through it, literally from start to finish. This book is hilarious. Really is. The reception that all these books get is absolutely laugh out loud laughter. So definitely pick those up. And like you said there, short fiction and plenty of things. So check that website out. And again, we'll leave all the links and descriptions in the show notes. So please check them out.
Thank you. And I like the website. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's one question I get asked a lot, is about websites for authors, whether you should have one or not. And I went on a marketing course once, and the bloke who ran the course said a website is a must. But I'm going to tell authors now, don't spend a lot of money on them. So that was something I designed off of Wix. So if you go to all those sort of build up your own website, websites, you can get a really good template and build your stuff up that way. Yeah.
I agree completely. And you know what else was made on Wix? Our fantastic writing show website. So check out the writing communitychatshow.com. Fantastically made on Wix. So thank you, Wix, for your free service. That's fantastic.
This is what Wix needs to pay us. Yeah.
pay us money. Wix is great from Halo as well. Look, a massive support of Wix. Get in touch. We'll gladly support you. Gladly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, one last thing to look forward to. I've updated this each week. 7 more shows until our Christmas special.
Ooh, there you go.
That is counting down quick. It's very quick. That's going down. So, that's going to be interesting. What happens in that show? Who knows? Perhaps we can get a load of people come on randomly. Like our Halloween show that was kind of crazy. And our Patreon page thing is now up. A video went around earlier, so please check that out. And finally, Kristen, thank you so much for coming on. Thanks to your husband for painting some amazing pictures. And it's been an absolute pleasure to get you back, because we loved our first show with you. Despite the fact it was on like the audio thing that was kind of a bit rubbish back then. We loved having you back here, so thank you so much.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
This is the bit where, this is the bit where we get to wave at everyone, and everyone on Twitter sees us waving.
They do, really awkwardly. So thank you guys. Check everything out, like we've said. Support the authors and support the show. We will see you on Wednesday, and thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for engaging, and thank you, Kristen.